Hello, Eileen and Daniela. How are you both feeling?
Good. I'm trying to figure out how you can see me.
I can see you. Well, I can see Daniela, and now I can see Eileen. I can see you, plural.
Perfect. Well, it's Monday.
It is. Lindsay let me know that she might be joining slightly late. Her last session gets finished, I think, at 6, so she's gonna try to join us as soon as she can manage, but she might be a little bit late.
Cool.
And so I guess we might as well get started. Hear ye, hear ye. I now call this meeting to order. This is the Pride Subcommittee meeting of the Wakefield Human Rights Commission. Myself, Benny Wheat, and Daniela Nedbalik and Eileen Rooney present. Let's see, it's the 23rd of May. It is 6:01 p.m. So let's see, flag raising first. What do we need to check in on for the flag raising? I have been going back and forth with Catherine at the library about, so their like facilities person who normally deals with the flags won't be there. He doesn't work in the evenings, so he won't be there for either of the flag raising events. So she said that's fine, like somebody else can do it. Yana, oh, this is exciting. Hey, Anna.
Hi.
How's it going?
Good.
I was just saying, we just started like 1 second ago. I was saying that about the flag raising, the facilities person at the library who normally does the flags won't be able to be there. And Catherine McDonald said that's fine. We just have to, like, he has to find a time to show someone the ropes. Literally. Yep.
Okay.
And so I was kind of going back and forth with her so the weird part is that something about how the flagpoles are set up, maybe like where the cleat is or something, you have to stand on a ladder to do it. So she's like, as long as you have someone who's like fit enough to climb a ladder, it's fine. And I was like, okay, I think we should be able to handle that.
Yeah.
She said you either stand on a ladder or you just like stand on the railing that like kind of it goes around the plaza. And I was like, that sounds good. I feel like a ladder is maybe a better plan. Anyway, so I emailed her to say what time would work for him to show one of us, because like I don't get back to Wakefield until almost 6 o'clock. And so it's like, if he's not there in the evenings, like what, I was like, you tell me what time works for him and let me see if I can find someone who's available at that time.
Yeah.
And she said something like, well, do you have someone who will be able to do it? And I emailed her back to be like, yes, like I don't think we're gonna have a problem finding somebody to do it. We just have to coordinate a time for, I can't remember the guy's name, it might be Dave or something, to show us what to do. So stay tuned on that. Hopefully we can find a time.
Cool.
That's one piece of logistics. I reached out to Maureen, who's now the chair of the town council, and to Tom Markham, who's now the chair of the school committee, to see if either of them is interested in like saying any words in either of the flag raisings. I didn't hear back from Tom yet. Maureen said she's happy. She's planning to be at both of them, so she could do like an opening welcome. She could do a closing thank you. She could do something if we want her to. But then she just texted me and said, another thing we could do is ask the library board of trustees if one of them wants to say a thing, since they're the body that kind of like made this possible this year. So I thought that was kind of a cool idea.
I love that. It's a great idea.
I don't know a single thing, like I have no idea who's on the library board of trustees. It's definitely a branch of our town that I am not involved in, so, but I think, I'm sure we can get a hold of them without any difficulty.
It's great.
Um,
I talked to Vanessa Shukis today, the singer,
Oh, yeah.
and she's super excited. She actually suggested 2 songs. One was while the flag was being raised to sing What a Wonderful World, and then a sing-along of Rainbow Connection. And she would send me the lyrics and we could print them out and hand them to people so that they could sing along.
Can I tell you that I used to play the banjo in my former life? And that song is like so cute because Kermit plays the banjo,
Mm-hmm. That's fantastic. She said that she was going to bring her ukulele, and I was like, that's even better. So you should bring your banjo and play.
Maybe I'll dust her off.
Why not? Why not?
Then I'll really have Sherry on top of me. You know that she and her husband are like huge bluegrass like people.
Oh, we hear it every year.
Oh,
yeah,
I bet
it's
you do.
awesome. Yeah, it's super cool. Yeah.
Anyway, okay, wait. So she said, what did she say? She said, what was the first one?
What a Wonderful
Oh,
World.
yeah.
And then Rainbow Connection, which I thought was great.
So is she not up for, what was that one that we asked for?
Yeah, I think it's like her range
Not
and
part of her repertoire.
nope.
That's cool.
I
I watched those
Yeah.
videos you sent of her, like the one of her like with the cello and stuff. I was just like, this lady
She's awesome.
is special.
She's so great. She's like a elementary school, music teacher, and she's just so much fun. So good stuff. And then this week we're working on the flags to put on the back of the home. Hate has no home here. So we'll get those done this week. And I should probably pick up whatever the number was, 13. I can't remember.
Oh, yeah. I've got them in my garage. You can have them whenever you want.
Okay, cool. So I'll make a whole bunch. I think what I'm going to try and do is make them, laminate them so we can use them again. And then I can use like little Velcro or whatever to attach them to the signs.
Great.
If you
You're making-
want, I have a bunch of extra Velcro you could use.
Oh, cool. Okay, perfect.
So when you pick up the Pride stuff, the supplies, then I'll include that. And then whenever I see you next, whatever you don't use, you just throw it back in there and I'll take it.
Oh, that's great. Good. And then Danielle, you won't be there for the first, right?
Correct.
So we should set up a time next week for me to come by. So will you shoot me your address and stuff and we'll figure that out?
Yeah. So the Pride stuff all came in today. But there's some assembly required for the
Is that
flags.
what you're doing right now?
Yeah, I wanted to show you them.
Hey,
So
check it out.
we have, and this, I don't know if you could see, like, I don't have a banana for scale, but here's a hand. Yeah, so we have progress, that was the transgender, we have I think this Philadelphia, bisexual, and then pansexual.
So great. I'm thrilled.
So great.
So yeah, I'll just put them, the flags on the sticks, and then I'm gonna try and like put all the pins in one like box, so that way it's just kind of easy for us to like dump it out onto the table for display and then pack it back up again for the next event. But yeah, so I will let you, I can set up, I'll message you, Eileen, because basically I can just, whatever is good for your schedule, and then I'll just make sure that I have the flags done by then.
Yeah, that's great. We just got to get through this week between Galvin Middle School, man. It's a lot going on this week.
Okay, so we've got the little flag signs and info. We've got the actual physical little flags and the pins and stuff. Lindsay, hello and welcome to this meeting.
Sorry. Hi.
Hi, hi.
Welcome up. Hi. How's
You
everyone
also
doing?
have a
Sorry
bunch
that I'm
of-
late.
Oh, that's okay. You have a bunch of swag. Are you gonna be there on the 1st for the flag raising?
I have so much swag. I'm super excited about it. And 6, right?
Yes.
Same as today. I mean, I will hopefully I'm gonna try to find a way to figure that out, but I technically work until the same time as today. So it will I'm gonna go back off camera in a minute if you don't mind, just to wrap up a bit, but I will do my best. And if not, can someone grab that ahead of time?
I'm
So,
thinking maybe it would be good, yeah, for someone to grab it, because that way we can be setting, I'm sure we'll be setting up like
Yeah.
prior to 6 and then,
because I'm actually off the 31st. I may have like doctor's appointments and stuff, but like that the Tuesday before, if anyone's around and wants to grab it, I'm right near like everywhere. So I can bring it to someone or I can just leave it on my porch or something.
Are you free
Right
this
next to-
weekend?
This weekend, Sunday, I'll be around after about 1:30 or 2. I have everything in a box. It's like all ready to go right over there. So I can just leave it or bring it to you or whatever is convenient.
Yeah, you could probably leave it and I can swing by and grab it.
Absolutely. If you want to, I'm happy to email you my address or wherever. I'll just
Yeah,
leave it wherever,
that's great.
and I'll be home too. So
Okay, cool.
yeah, bunch of stuff.
You said that was
Yay.
Sunday? That was Sunday, right?
Yeah, I mean, you can come by whenever you want. I'm always here. I'm just working, so I can leave it out whenever it's convenient. You just tell me when, and I'll put it outside.
Okay, perfect.
I'll give you my cell phone as well. You can just text me.
great.
rockin'. Oh my gosh, we're gonna have so much swag. This will be nice.
Oh my God, we have so much swag. Oh, Daniela, by the way, per your feedback, the last or one of the meetings, I'm not sure if it was the last one, I did get some, or rather, there are some progress flags, the little ones, in addition to the regular flags that we had last year. So there are a combination of different types of flags. Not
Yeah,
all of them,
Daniela
obviously,
was
but
just
some
showing
little
us,
mini
Daniela
ones.
got a whole bunch of them from,
Oh, yay!
Sure.
So I have some more too. Oh, mine look different. Mine have the little triangle, I think, and I did not have those. So wonderful! Now we have even more flags. Yay!
yeah, we have so much.
So mine are over there, so I'm not gonna show you. But so Eileen, whenever you want, I'll email you everything so you can grab it whenever it's convenient for you.
Awesome.
I'm gonna shut this off.
Thank you.
Sure.
Okay, so the only real like loose end, I think, is for like trying to find a time that we can be taught how to use the flagpole. So I'm trying to work on that with Catherine McDonald. We'll figure something out. The other thing I was gonna say, oh, I contacted WCAT about all of our various events, and they are gonna be there for the both flag raising events. They can't be there for the concert, which I feel sad about, but I think because it's a Sunday and, you know, I think it's just like harder for them to find coverage or whatever. So maybe we can talk more about that when we talk about the concert, but WCAT will be there for the flag raising. Ryan asked me if he was like, do you have what you need? Do you have a microphone? Do you have speakers? Do you have a podium? And so I was going to email him back and be like, if you have those things, I would love it for you to bring them, because I just feel like their actual like professional equipment will be good and they know how to set it up, and we won't have to like coordinate that.
That would be great.
So that's my plan.
For both the flag raisings, but what about the concert? What's our sound equipment there? Or do we not have sound equipment? And that's where Eileen and I.
Cece has a small PA system. So she's gonna bring she's got like speakers and a subwoofer and I think a small board and microphone. You know, she's got like a basic setup, which I think is plenty for what we need. The only piece that I'm not sure about, I'm gonna email her and ask, is I guess let's just move on to the concert. I got interpreters. It was not really that easy. I don't know if I told you this, but I emailed like 110 interpreters. And of all of them, there ended up being 3 who were both interested and available. And the first 2 that got back to me, there was one who got back to me and like recruited a friend that she's worked with for many years.
How cool.
And so the 2 of them are going to do it. which I am thrilled about. So now I just have to get the music to them. I emailed CC yesterday to be like, hey, the interpreters need all of your music ASAP. But that should be good. There is a snag, which is that we don't actually have enough money for them. So let me tell you what's going on. When I applied for the Arts Council grant, they gave us, or I asked for a grant of $1,000, which I thought could pay both the musicians and the interpreters. They give us 500, which is like, that's how that goes. You ask for more than you think you're likely to get. They give us 500. I'm paying CC and Care 400. The interpreter's quote came back at $670, which is more than I was anticipating, but I get it. There's like a lot of additional prep that's involved in music interpretation. So they're going to have to put in, like, even though the show is only an hour long, they're putting in like many hours worth of preparatory time. So we need $570. I emailed Steve Mayo because I had, a little birdie told me that he has discretionary funds. And I was like, hey, here's the situation. And what he said was, you have over $1,000 in your revolving account. Like, really, you should use that money first before we start considering other sources of money. And I had said in my email, I was like, I know we have money in our revolving account, but we have like 6 other events that also need that money, and to spend so much of it on one event is like not really great planning for us. But I think his his like strategy was spend your money, and then if you end up needing more money for other events, then come back to me.
And then maybe I wonder if the following years, do we get a more of a budget because we need it.
Yeah, that's what he said. He actually said that. I didn't like start to turn that page yet, but he said that in his email. He was like, maybe next year, let's consider, like, take a look at that budget.
Okay.
He also said something about fundraising, and I'm not totally sure whether he meant we should be doing fundraising or that there was some other source of fundraising.
I didn't think we could.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. So I was going to email him back and get some clarity, because he said, oh, here's an important logistic. He has the actual flags. I have to get the flags from him.
Oh.
They're in his office, apparently. But he said, we may want to revisit the budget and or consider replenishing the revolving account through sales or donations. So I don't really know. We do replenish. I mean, the money that we get from selling those signs goes back into the revolving account. That's like how that works. So like slowly over time, we'll be getting those dollars back. But anyway, so he said we should spend the money we already have before trying to ask for more money, which, get it. Oh my gosh, I put it on the list. Pick up flags.
When we need to ask for more money, do we have to go to the town council for it? Like, do we do it in writing?
Yeah, I'm gonna email him back and like ask that exact question, because I can't totally remember. Our budget exists somewhere, I think, within the town administrator's budget, maybe. Like, I can't really remember. It's like some sort of like line item under some other budget heading, but I don't remember which one, if it's the town council or the town administrator or like the town hall or something. I don't know. Anyway, so basically I think it would be good to email him. I mean, I have this email chain kind of already started, so I was going to respond to him and say, love the idea of revisiting how much the HRC gets budgeted. How do we do that? Because I don't know when they start the budget process, but it's like, I'm not sure, maybe around New Year's, maybe earlier than that. So anyway, I'll ask him what steps would be involved. Yeah, would we write a letter? Would we like make a presentation? We could go to the town council and be like, here are all the events we did last year. here is the like actual dollar amount that costs versus the amount we were budgeted to cover those events, which like there's a significant discrepancy.
Yeah. Okay.
Anyway, point is, so I don't know what you guys think. So there's a couple of concerns here around the cost of the interpreters. Yes, we have the money for it, but the HRC would have to vote to expend that money on this event. And our next HRC meeting is not until,
After.
yeah, let me look at the calendar. The 19th, yeah, the HRC meeting is on the 21st. So I'm not sure what to do about that.
We could call a meeting. It's just gonna be 10 minutes, 15 minutes. And we could do like a majority,
Yeah, that's true.
like maybe, yeah, as long as like a majority could do it. I don't know, Eileen, if you feel like a doodle poll to get availabilities to go out. Ask if people can respond within 48 hours, ideally, because then you have to wait at least 48 hours to tell Sherry to send it out. So, I mean, I think it's worth doing. And then I also don't mind, you know, probably doing the whole like budgeting and presenting the business case for expanding it next year. It's probably going to be on me, which is totally fine. I've done that before, so.
Yeah, Lindsay, I see you.
Sorry, I get eager, and like I said, I'm still working on some work stuff, so I'm so sorry. I wanted to be here at the same time. So I don't know how much do we have towards this and how much do we need?
So the revolving account currently has, according to what Steve Mayo said, $1,177.51.
What do we have for the interpreter specifically, and what do we need?
Oh,
for
we
the
already have
interpreter specifically?
$100. Yeah, we have $100 and their quote is about 670. So we need 570.
So we need 570. So again, this event is like literally next week. So I don't know what the likelihood is of being
No,
able to
this
do all
is
that
for
ahead of
the-
time.
This
Oh,
is
for
for
the
the
concert.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Because I was gonna say, like, if necessary, if we weren't able to get everyone, like, what would it look like if someone were to do that, and then the vote would be to reimburse whoever could help cover that if we needed to do that? Could we do something like that if we had to like secure an interpreter? Could we do it ahead of time and then vote to like reimburse like whatever account was used to do that?
The
Just
only
like make sure we have them.
So I feel mixed about the whole situation because like I love Pride and I love the idea of having these interpreters, and I feel weird about some aspects of this. Like we got the grant money and chose to put the grant money towards Pride. And now we're also asking for like $500, almost $600 of the HRC's very limited budget also for Pride. And I feel like I don't like the idea that it's becoming sort of disproportionately all like a lot of resources towards this one thing.
That's fair.
And like I want to pay the interpreter. So it's like the money has to come from somewhere.
And I wonder if there's a way to make all of our events like this more accessible for the disability community. So I think like it would be a really strong business case to say we need this much money for all these events for interpreters. And I'm just curious, we have, I thought, a commission on people with disabilities.
Yeah.
So do we not have, does the town not have anyone?
Yeah. So I asked about that as well. So the town has a disability, what's it called? A disability program or something. Like there's the Commission on Disabilities, and then there's like an employee of the town who's the ADA coordinator for the town. And so that when I emailed Steve, I said, hey, I heard that you have some discretionary funds, and or like, would the town pay for something like this out of our, like the budget that I'm sure already exists to meet people's accommodation requests? And he didn't respond to that piece about the ADA office. But I do have a question about that because these are like town-sponsored public events. You know, so yeah, maybe the move would be,
ADA, like there's an actual human that is the
Yeah.
ADA coordinator.
right.
Do we just message them directly and tell them that we're planning on doing this and wondering, like, could we partner with them? Would they be open to sharing? Like, it's kind of weird to be like, we're having an event and you want to give us some money? But maybe, maybe, I also think this sets a precedent. So like whatever we do for this event, we will have to do, and rightly so, for everything else, so we have interpreters, we should also have interpreters in October and May, and
Yeah, exactly. That was what I was thinking, where it's like, if this is part of the town's responsibility, I was gonna, yeah, so, okay, so I feel a little weird. Tell me what you think strategically is a good move. So I went to Steve Mayo to ask this question and he basically said no. So then is it weird to go to Bill Renault and be like, hey, Steve already said no, but will you like pay for this interpreter out of your ADA budget?
yes, that is weird.
I mean, Steve didn't actually respond to that portion of it. He just said, spend the money you have before like coming back and asking for more money. He didn't respond about that specific question of like, there is a disability office in the town. Like, is this within their purview, basically? The other thing I could do is reach out to the Commission on Disabilities and ask for their take on it.
And it would have to be kind of quick if people can get back to you, because if in the end it circles to it's on us.
Yeah.
Or you might still need to call an emergency meeting, and an emergency meeting could be, in general, do we want to move forward on having all of our events accessible with CART, and if so, then if we start with Pride, this is how much it's going to cost, and that that maybe it's not a 15-minute meeting, maybe it's like 25, but definitely not 2 hours.
Does it have to be a meeting? Like, could we send an email and like blind copy everyone and they send me back their opinion, and then I don't
No,
know.
I think it's still considered deliberation. It's like,
Okay.
if
You're making a decision
Yeah,
that
I
will
think
affect
so.
something
Yeah.
directly to the HRC. Yeah.
I think so.
Okay.
But I mean, it is possible to do like we can, as long as we have 48 hours of notice, 72 hours of notice, we can call a meeting whenever we want to, so. Okay, let me see, because I can contact the Disability Commission has co-chairs, and I can email the two of them to just get like a vibe from them, like, what do you think about the situation? Like, whose ball court do you think this probably should be falling into?
Mhm.
If they say, oh, totally, ask the town to do it, like, this should be the town's responsibility. Like, if they seem to have a pretty strong, like,
Reaction or whatever.
yeah, opinion about that. What do you think? Should I email Bill Renault? Or maybe I'll just email Steve back and be like, so to hone in on this one question, like, what do you think about this issue? So maybe I can do that.
So just for the sake of time, should we also send out a doodle poll?
Yeah.
Did I say it right? I always say it wrong. Yeah, okay. Not in my head, it sounds like something different. And to see like when people would be available, no pressure, in the next 5 days. And we would need like a quorum, right? So
Just like 6, I think.
okay.
Although I don't know that it's actually, so this is a question mark I have, which is,
It just has to be more than half.
yeah, well,
voting
half,
members.
more than 6 would be a quorum. My only question is that our new youth appointee hasn't been fully like sworn in or whatever, but I think maybe Emma might, I'm not totally clear on when Emma's term ends. Like, did it end at the end of April, like the other commissioners' terms, or does her term go later than that, like until graduation? I don't really understand it.
Okay.
But yeah, 6 normally would be the number.
All right, so why don't I do one anyway? And I'll just like give the information in the email to say like, this is why. And even like to Danielle's point, even if it's like a 15-20 minute call of this is what we're thinking, here are the options, like is everyone comfortable with that? Then at least we can move forward. But is there any reason to believe that we wouldn't do this? Like, do you see any members of the HRC being like, let's not do this?
I think the only concern is they're gonna be hesitant about them. They could be hesitant about the money, but the thing is like you can always ask for more money and get more money. That's kind of how like the whole budgeting process works.
Yeah.
And the more that we spend in this year instead of precedent, the stronger the business case.
Yeah.
And if Steve's already like, use the money you have, ask a little more later, that means that he's opening up the door for us later on this year when we run out.
Right.
Just like basically reply to that message again and be like, all right, well, we ran out. This is
I
what we
agree with that. And I think we deserve to have more money. I also think like to speak to, you know, I mean, all of the points, like I think we should set the precedence that we have accessible events, you know, for, you know, as much of the population as we possibly can. And I think that will allow more people to attend, and kind of like Benny, I think I mentioned it to you at the concert venue viewing, but, you know, with sign language specifically, like that's not only appealing to those who are hard of hearing, but also, you know, younger kids who are who learn, you know, through sign language before they learn, you know, to talk a lot of the time. So I think for a lot of the population that could be beneficial. And I think we could work with the ADA or some town entity, you know, with disabilities like that is what they're there for, with enough notice. I mean, that one's tricky because it's Father's Day and Juneteenth and a Sunday. So I mean, I think that day specifically is harder, but in general with notice, I don't think that it would be difficult to get.
I mean, I did the work of getting the interpreters, you know.
Yes, you did a
So
lot
they
of
don't even
great
have to
work.
do
I'm
anything.
They just need to give us the money. But I do agree, Danielle and Benny, that we should set the precedence that we deserve and need more money for these events to make them more accessible to the community. Because I mean, they should be. It's the HRC. That's literally what we stand for. So I think that does make sense. Eileen, congratulations, by the way. I was not there for that meeting, but congratulations.
Congratulations to Daniela too.
Oh yeah.
Yes, and also Daniela. I'm sorry, I saw that as well. Congratulations, Daniela. Congratulations to you all.
All right,
Okay,
well, either way, it feels like the right thing to do to get everybody together, just so that people get a chance to say, everyone say yes, and that's good. So I'll take care of that because
well, I
I
will
don't know how
email,
to do it anyway.
I'll email Steve back and the Disability Commission co-chairs and kind of see what all is possible, like what they think. And then we'll take it from there.
Cool.
Um,
Oh, one more thing. Do you know where to plug in the equipment that she's bringing?
yeah, there's electricity available at the bandstand.
Okay.
Yeah, so one thing also that I'm gonna ask Cece is the interpreters asked if we have earpieces available so that they can hear the singer. And I mean, like, we don't. I asked WCAT and they said they do. They're not going to actually be able to be at the event, but they could loan us the headphones. But I think first I'll ask Cece if that's like part of her like equipment. And then figure out what to do from there.
Awesome.
So interpreters hopefully are a go. I'm going to reach out to, so there's a member of the Disability Commission that I had sort of talked to when I was originally hatching this plan, and she doesn't work, I don't think she actively works as an interpreter anymore, but she has before, and she's like involved in the deaf and hard of hearing community. And so she said, once we have interpreters, then we can start advertising to that community. And so I'm gonna send her the info and see if she can, like, she said the best way to reach those folks is through like group, like Facebook groups, like community, like, you know, it's like word of mouth sort of. So she said, if I send her the info, she'll start having people spread the word. And that could be good. So my plan is to start that ball rolling.
Cool.
I wonder if we have vendors there, like for lack of better words, are we, like, is it bad that we're not gonna have interpreters at every table or like in that section? Like we're just got interpreters for the concert, because like there will be, I assume there's gonna be like paper material pamphlets. I wish we had like a feedback form. People would just like let us know about our events. What would you like to see? What did you like? What did you not like?
There's no reason not to.
I don't know how we
I was
would
gonna
do
say,
that.
couldn't we? We could do a poll or something on like Facebook or even like in person. We could hand out slips like at the events and see what
Oh, no.
people would like to see. Like even at like Pride or anything that we do, we could hand out anything and have people give feedback if we really wanted to.
We could make a sign, QR code. and
Yeah,
scan
it's a great
it, go
idea.
straight to the
Good
form.
idea. Yeah.
I could make that. I don't know where to put it, but
I feel like I had something I was gonna say about that. Oh, speaking of the people who are gonna be tabling, I did get a response back from Sherry Dalton, and she said that as long as people aren't selling stuff, they don't need any permits. They don't, like, we can have people at tables and there's no problem with that. It's
okay,
only if people are selling stuff that they would have to get a permit.
okay. So then I will send a message to all the vendors, clarifying the new update. And I mean, most of them are organizations, so that's fine.
Yeah,
Clarifying the time that we need them there by, which if our event's 1 to 3, we're telling them to be there at 12.
yeah, we have the permit starting at 12 for that,
And
gives enough
then
time.
getting a confirmation, like how many are actually still gonna be able to go.
Mhm.
That means that's the amount of tables that we need to bring ourselves. So I think I have 2. And then,
And well, I think that, well, I wonder. Yeah,
Is
I
this-
have 2 like small ones. They're kind of like funny little mini tables. And I wonder if we have enough among us, or if we could even, like, Lindsay and I went and saw the UU church for the rain space on whatever day that was,
They
Sunday.
have a ton of tables. They had like tons of tables, like
Yeah.
a lot of tables of all sizes, like square ones, circle ones. I bet
Round
that we
ones,
could
yeah.
use those. Yeah.
It's like we could ask, like, if we end up like tallying up how many we need and we don't have enough, like, I wonder if they would just let us take a table across the street with something for a little while.
is Elizabeth gonna be at the concert? Do we know?
I don't know.
I have
Yeah,
one of
yeah, I
those
think
like
so. Yeah,
long
she said she was
tables.
gonna be there.
Okay.
I have one folding table if you need one, Eileen. If you have a means of grabbing that, you're welcome to. It folds, it's large. It's one of those that you'd see
Mhm.
at, it's like the ones you see. So if you need it, you're welcome to it. Just
Yeah.
let me know about that as well.
Perfect. So we
Okay.
have, you have one, I have 2 little ones. Daniela,
Yeah.
you should.
I have 2, at least, if not 3. I think that's
I-
already,
I also have tables.
okay,
Nice. Okay, I think we'll be set.
yeah.
I have my like graduation party soon, and we like stocked up on tables, so
Nice.
definitely use me as backup.
And folding chairs, right? Are we gonna give them chairs to sit down?
That would be hospitable of us, wouldn't it?
I gave my folding chairs to my sister.
There were hordes of those at the church as well. I bet. I mean, I don't know who they belong to. But there were tons of them there. Those metal folding ones, right?
Okay,
No, that's an option.
Yeah, I have like 4, I think. Feel like we'll be able to figure something out.
okay. Cool.
Cool. What else? Yeah, the rain space was good. I sent you guys that email. I think the better option would be to, if we do end up needing to use the church, to use the downstairs, which has that big sort of like open format, like space with a little stage. Seems ideal. So I think that's good. And we can just be in touch with Elizabeth as the date nears to see whether, you know, how the weather is looking and stuff. What else do we need? Okay, so WCAT cannot be there for the concert, which is sort of too bad. Do we want to make any attempt at filming it ourselves? Is that like beyond our scope? What do you think?
Does anyone have a nice camera? And like, I mean, I don't know if we try to just like get our members that are there to, you know, take videos and pictures and then upload it to a shared Google Drive, and maybe like someone can, you know, we can share videos on our social media page. I don't know if we want anything. I don't think, I guess that feeds into the town website. And then like pictures from the event, if there are no like journalists there, we could send that to like the item and so forth. So that way, like if people missed it, we can kind of give them that feel, since we're not going to be able to give them like a live viewing or a recording of the whole thing.
Sherry? So Sherry sent a camera for the AAPH event. Why, for some reason, do I feel like, does she like know a professional photographer, or is her husband one? Like, I feel like that's true.
Yeah, I think her husband is someone. I think it's her husband, because remember when I did the artwork, she had all this professional stuff to take pictures. So I think she's either like does it as a hobby, or her husband has. But she definitely knows a lot about it because she had like a huge setup.
We could ask her.
Yeah.
I have to talk to her this week before she gets busy, because I don't really know how to request reimbursement for the private stuff, because I'm not like up to date on what do I do here. So let me write that down to ask her about that. I'm sorry, Eileen.
I said that would be great.
Okay.
Cool. Well, we have a little bit more time before the concert event, but is there anything else that we need to be like making plans on or figuring out?
Who's taking care of advertising? I did submit the digital kiosks form. I don't think I understand. So they're like, they need to be 11 by 17 inches, but it's a digital file. Help.
So the image itself would be like proportioned, you know, in that way. So like the ones that you sent me are short compared to
Okay.
like the proportion of the height to the width is what's important.
Okay. Yeah, I made those on Canva, and then when I opened up the graphic, I was like, I feel like I, you know, because I look at it like resolute, like size, you know, it's
Yeah.
like 1860 times like
Yeah.
650. That's the number I need. So like the inches, I was like,
Doesn't make sense.
see if this works. And it did. She just commented on my application. She's like, next time, have it be this. I'm like, it didn't work. Okay, got it.
Cool.
But yeah, so other than the digital kiosks, you know, like Benny, do we want to make a Facebook event for both of them
Yeah.
and just start inviting, I don't know, whoever, like who should take on what?
Can you just
Yeah.
use the flyer that you created for the events and post them onto Facebook?
Yeah, we could do that, but there's also like creating an event page,
Mhm.
like so people can say like interested, and then that way it allows them to, because there's a way to integrate, you can just add things to your Google Calendar or your iCalendar. But also if there's, say, for example, rain,
Yeah.
we can quickly go on that on the event page and say, go to the UU church. That's like the main thing that I'm seeing is the benefit, is just for the rain announcement, because otherwise how are we going to tell people?
Right. You have access to that yet, Daniela?
I do, yeah.
I think we should definitely go ahead and make event pages. I reached back out to CC again to say like, hey, send me your info, like your headshot, or if you have a bio, any info you want us to include on the flyer, but she hasn't responded yet. So I think we should go ahead and just like, work with what we have and update it as we get more stuff or whatever.
I apologize if this has been discussed, but can we like put up flyers at like the senior centers and stuff? I know it's like a weird suggestion, but I know for my clients alone, like a lot of them go there and like the library, places like that, like even the in-person places that like people roam around downtown and just see flyers and like, oh, we could wander into this. So like that might be, I don't know, a lot of people go places that we don't think they go, I guess. In the
No, I think we
community.
definitely should. The bulletin board at the library, I feel like gets a lot of eyes on it.
Yeah, so does the senior center, honestly. Like a lot of
Mhm.
random places that we don't think of, like post office, if like we have like access to like those kinds of spaces, like I feel like that might be helpful. Like anywhere that really people from the town go, even like near like 7-Eleven or something, somewhere local.
So could that be one person that prints out a bunch of the flyers, and like goes around town? Because it seems like it's all centralized into the center area. And then put those
I'm
up.
happy to put some up. If I have some, I'm happy to put some up around, like, because I live right near there. I mean, I can do that. I mean, when do you want them put up? Like, how far ahead?
We should probably start putting up the flag raising as soon as we can. Typically, like at least a week is enough notice, or the least amount of notice. But since we're 2 weeks away, or a week and a half, I think it's fine to do that now. I can send
like
you the flyer that I don't know how it's gonna print out. Maybe I need to. Benny, how did it
I mean,
print
I don't know
out?
if we need like permission or how does that work? Can I just like walk into places and be like, 'cause I mean, I could do it for a few
Yeah.
places, but I only have like one day off, so I can do my best. I'll try to do some this weekend on Sunday,
Yeah,
maybe.
do a few. I think you just walk in and be like, can I put this flyer up? The library, I think you have to give it to someone at the circulation desk, and they like, it's the actual bulletin board is, I think, like behind a little glass or something. So
Yeah.
they'll put it up. I don't know about the
Wonder,
city
like,
center, but
I can't do the senior center. I can do the library. I can ask the post office. I think, can we just like post them on posts and stuff? Like, how does that work? Like people do yard sale stuff like that. Why couldn't we? I guess.
I don't know.
I got a lost cat one today. I don't know.
Yeah, I think you can put it where you think we'll get good traffic,
Yeah.
The other thing is, yeah, so Facebook posts, sending a letter to the item and the patch to catch folks who get their like updates from those. Would be good. Like some kind of little press release or something. I can work on that one.
Sorry, Danielle, is there any way you could get that to me by tomorrow? Just because that would, I mean, ahead of this weekend, that would be the day that I'd probably do it, like the image, so I can print it, and I could probably, I don't know how many, like I said, I could ask the library, post office, anywhere like really downtown. I could probably hit tomorrow, and post a few around. And I bet at the Unitarian Church as well, they had a bunch of bulletin boards that I'm sure.
Yep.
Yeah. On there, right? Okay, thank you.
A lot of the little shops will let you sort of put them in the windows, like Cravings will do it, and I think Public Kitchen has done it.
The bread shop, I think, does it.
The bread shop, yeah.
Farmland.
Yep. I've even walked all the way down to the Dollhouse will let you do it. They may not let you put it in the window, but they have like an area, like a seating area or whatever.
They might put it in the window.
They might, yeah.
I might need some help with this many places, then I could probably do a few after my appointments tomorrow, but I'm not sure I could hit all of those, but I'll do as many as I can tomorrow if you send it over today or tonight or tomorrow morning.
Yeah, just let us know what you don't hit up, so that way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll do what I can tomorrow in the afternoon, and then I'll email tomorrow night what I wasn't able to do, or what I was rather.
Okay.
In both.
I
actually.
think
Thank you.
Facebook will probably be the most helpful though, because someone today shared the Linfield flag raising on the Wakefield Peace group. So the sooner we get that up, I think the sooner we could start sharing that in all the places.
Mhm.
Okay. So I could, so we gotta do the Facebook events, 2 Facebook events. I can make those.
Yeah, and I always share to the Wakefield community page, and I didn't even think about the peace page. I don't know. I don't think I'm a member of that one. Maybe that's why I can't share to it. I don't know.
Hey, what's the name, that name? I haven't heard of it before.
Yeah, let me pull it up.
It was a group that was started like kind of they were like energized around the warrior logo thing, but they've remained, it's basically a Facebook group of people who are like kind of interested in those kinds of topics.
Okay.
I think it's a private group.
I just invited you.
Thanks. I mean, it seems like something that the HRC probably could be a part of, right?
Oh,
Yeah, I
definitely.
think it would be a good, yeah. But yeah, so I think sharing to those types of things is where we get a lot of our visibility on Facebook, because like not that many people come to our Facebook page, honestly, but a lot of people go to those community pages.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. So I'm doing the press releases. You're doing the Facebook events, Daniela. Lindsay's going to do a certain amount of flyering, what you can manage, and let us know. And then the digital kiosks are already handled for both events. Yeah, cool. Oh, and I'm going to put it on the, I think I already did. I already put the flag raising event on the community calendar, the one that the library like administers or whatever. And I'm gonna do the concert soon.
When I go on the Wakefield, Massachusetts site, there's the public meetings calendar and a community calendar. Is that the same thing that you just said?
I think so. Let me look. Yes, I'm pretty sure. Yeah. Wakefield community calendar.
Because I can see the
Yep.
flag raising there.
Yeah, that's it. It appears on the Wakefield like government website, but it is administered by the Friends of the Library. I don't totally understand why that's the case, but that's how it works. Like when you post an event, you submit it for review, and then it's like each one is looked at by a human, I think, and then posted. And I think those humans are Friends of the BB humans.
Okay, good to know.
Cool. Great. Promotions. Good. What else? The panel.
Yes, so for that, Olivia reached out like as the meeting was started, or like right before the meeting, to just learn a little bit more about both the flag raising and the concert event. The flag raising and the panel. Eileen, I don't know if you wanted to take that on or if you want me to respond, but I still need to post to the community pages that we're looking for a panelist. I don't know if I should do that from the HRC page or if I should do it from my page. But then I'm hoping then we get another panelist. If someone wants to be a moderator, then we can have that. Otherwise, I'll moderate. And then I'll send a message to those who, and with Eileen and CC, to say like, we're still getting everyone together. This is what our thought process is. Basically, like what I said to you guys last meeting. Not guys, ladies, people, humans, folks.
I don't see an email from Olivia. Was it just to you?
Oh, I thought it was.
My mailbox is a mess. So
It
maybe
is. Yeah, you are on there. At live.
in spam. All right, I'll go search for it.
Yeah, it was like literally 3 minutes before the meeting started. So I think I just like quickly looked, but yeah, so I think that's good. And because it's not as time sensitive as the other two events, I think that we're still making progress, good progress there. Enough progress.
It did go into spam.
It's weird.
Super weird. We should, so Daniela, maybe me, you, and Olivia could get together. Like we should get together anyway, you and I, is to come up with questions and figure out what that looks like. Whatever you want to do. I'm happy to call Olivia if you want to call Olivia, like whatever works.
Okay. I'll send you availability so you and I can just quickly touch base.
Yeah.
If you want to, and then do you want to?
I can reply to her.
Okay.
Yeah. Yep.
I don't know, Danielle, about your question of like which might get more response for you to post from your account or from the HRC account. I don't really have a good sense of that.
I mean, for me, it's like my messenger app, I think, is to my account. I don't know if anyone's messaged can people even message the HRC? Because that's what I would say is like, we're looking for a panel, DM me, if you're interested.
Yeah, people can message the HRC.
The only thing I'm like afraid of is at some point in time, like accidentally commenting or doing something as the page or me, like just
Yeah.
so for the messenger, yeah, I don't know how that does. But so maybe I'll just do me and I can just tag the HRC.
At WHRC1. Cool. What else?
If we do put up signs in physical locations that are public, we should list it and make sure that we take it down after the event. So to not add unnecessary waste. And I think that's just kind of like what we have, what you do.
Good idea. I will say, okay, so for the Pride concert flyer, the text is pretty small in that little box. And so I'm wondering if we're gonna like put the time and effort into flyering. Should we stick with the flag raising flyer right now? And then when we have a more fuller version, instead of the sort of just save the date version, which is what that is.
Yeah.
Okay, so we'll just do the flag raising one for now.
Yeah, I can make another one just for the concert and I'll figure out if I can make it this mysterious 11 by 17 size. I'm new to Canva.
I had to do one for the, I submitted one to the kiosk for the Juneteenth flag raising, and it was like surprisingly confusing for me to figure out how to do it on Canva because it can do an 11 by 17, but it was like, I can't remember why, but it was like non-intuitive for me to just give me a blank 11 by 17 like square.
Mhm.
Anyway, you can do it on there. That way when you download it, you know it will be the right like proportions.
Yeah, okay, cool.
Yeah. Cool. Is there anything else that we need to give attention to?
Not that I can think of.
Mm,
Did Eileen, last meeting, did you give an update on goodness, my mind's not here today. The film people.
the WCAT.
Yes.
Yeah.
Um,
They said they're happy to help however we want.
okay, so
Yeah.
when you figure things out a little bit, we'll just reach back out. Okay.
Yeah, and they'll give us the Zoom link, like they'll take care of all of that, and they're just so great to work with. Great group
They
of
really
people.
go all out. I love them.
Yeah.
They make things so easy.
Mhm. Good stuff.
Well, that's all that I can think of then. I think we might have covered it all. Unless we want to talk about scheduling another meeting. I don't know if we have more that we need to finalize.
So I think that we are, am I correct in thinking that we are good for the first? Like, we don't need to meet again before the first, right? And if anything, I can send email, like this question of like, who's gonna learn how to do the flagpole or what time are we, anyway, I can send emails to coordinate if there's any coordination that has to happen.
Oh yeah, so that was an open item. You need one of us to be able to meet him during the day.
Maybe I emailed her to say like, tell me what times we could potentially do this thing. And she sort of emailed me back without an answer. So I'm going to just try to follow up with her and I will keep you all posted.
Okay.
I'm figuring I'm going to show up to start setting up for the flag raising at like, I don't know, sometime between 5 and 6. What do you think? How much time do we need?
I'd say 5:30. Like we put out a table last year, threw the tablecloth on, put on some swag. Like it was quick.
Yeah.
I think so. We'll have to stick the lawn signs in the lawn, but like
That's not going to take long.
not exactly take a lot of time.
Yeah.
And yeah, I think it should be good. So I'm planning to show up. You all can also show up. We will put all the things together and then it will be delightful.
Are you reaching out to someone from the library to potentially speak?
Yeah, I'm gonna email them to see if that's something they would be interested in being involved with. And then I guess I'll also email you an update about that because we can maybe figure out like, do we want them to do a welcome at the beginning? Do we like, where do we, I guess maybe let's talk about that right now. If I'm reaching out to them, should I be sort of offering the possibility of some kind of opening statement, some kind of thank you closing thing? What do you think would be best?
I think it could be either or, like whatever their preference, because it could be them for physically hosting, it could be us for like spiritually hosting. My God, where is my brain? You know what I mean? We planned it. Yeah, so I mean, I could see it working either way. Or is this in lieu of like no one from the HRC would talk at all?
I'm figuring, yeah, I mean, I think what you said is what I'm thinking. Like we can do some piece of it, they can do some piece of it. We'll kind of like figure out what's happening.
I kind of like letting them go first because it just gives them an opportunity to have like a captive audience for people to acknowledge that like they gave us this, the chance to do it. And versus like one of us, like at the end of the singing and stuff, if people start to wander off, which is fine, I'd rather they wander off on us than the board of the library,
Yeah, that's a good point. Okay, so I will invite any of them to participate who would like to, and say like, would you like to make some opening, like welcoming words before like as the program starts?
It's great.
Low key, I feel like it's just like, doesn't have to be a speech or whatever, but just a little bit of something.
And would that like be specific to our Pride flag raising, or is this a question also for Juneteenth?
Yeah, I'm gonna invite them for both and see if they want to, like maybe two different commissioners would want to, or what do you call it, board trustees would want to do it, or whatever. I'll ask them what they want to do.
Cool.
Okay, cool. Okay, so then we don't need to meet again before the 1st, but maybe we should meet again before the Pride concert and panel. Do we have a date for the panel yet?
No,
I told the WCAT the 28th. It's the Tuesday that we had talked about, but we can move that if we needed to.
Okay, so then maybe, what about the week of June 6th, like sometime during that week? Maybe Monday the 6th?
I have an appointment in the afternoon, in the evening. It's like at 4:30 on Monday the 6th.
Could do Tuesday the 7th?
I can't do the 7th, but I also won't be there for the concert, so I don't know if I will be useful to you anyway.
I could also-
Same, and I'm not available the weekend 6th, and I also won't be there for the concert, so I'm not sure if I will be all that useful, other than the space looks fantastic, so thank you, everyone, for helping with that.
Cool. We could also do Wednesday the 8th. I basically am available any night that week.
Same.
Wednesday the 8th,
8th is good for me too.
6th.
Yep.
Wait a minute, didn't you just ask me, Eileen, if we could do our
Oh,
Like,
crap, I did.
thingy on the 8th?
Yeah. Well, it would just be me and you. So we could do it
And,
before or after.
And Sherry, I think, would be helpful for Sherry to be there too. But we could do
It's
it
my
after.
birthday. Yay.
What's your birthday?
Birthday?
Yeah, June
No.
8th, yeah. I'm
Sherry-
also, I'm working till like 7:30, but yes, it's also my birthday.
Sherry won't be able to make anything until after the 14th of June.
Right.
Oh. Okay, well, let's circle back about that offline, Eileen. But why don't we plan the Pride subcommittee for the 8th?
Cool.
Okay, 6 o'clock?
Yep.
All right. That sounds good. All right, everybody.
Thank you.
Thank you all. And I hope you have a good evening, and I will talk to you again soon. And if not sooner, I will see you next Wednesday. Or, well, most of you.
Mm.
All right. Toodles.
Bye for now.
Bye.